History repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce. Workers of the world unite, you have nothing to lose but your chains. The only antidote to mental suffering is physical pain. Social progress can be measured by the social position of the female sex. Reason has always existed, but not always in a reasonable form. From each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs. Religion is the opium of the masses. Necessity is blind until it becomes conscious. Freedom is the consciousness of necessity. The ruling ideas of each age have ever been the ideas of its ruling class. Democracy is the road to socialism. The production of too many useful things results in too many useless people. If anything is certain, it is that I myself am not a Marxist. The meaning of peace is the absence of opposition to socialism. Capital is dead labor, which, vampire-like, lives only by sucking living labor. The rich will do anything for the poor but get off their backs. Nothing can have value without being an object of utility. The history of all previous societies has been the history of class struggles. The first requisite for the happiness of the people is the abolition of religion. Religion is the impotence of the human mind to deal with occurrences it cannot understand. Art is always and everywhere the secret confession, and at the same time the immortal movement of its time. Medicine heals doubts as well as diseases. History does nothing, it does not possess immense riches, it does not fight battles. It is men, real, living, who do all this. For the bureaucrat, the world is a mere object to be manipulated by him. Machines were, it may be said, the weapon employed by the capitalists to quell the revolt of specialized labor. Experience praises the most happy the one who made the most people happy. Without doubt, machinery has greatly increased the number of well-to-do idlers. While the miser is merely a capitalist gone mad, the capitalist is a rational miser. Natural science will in time incorporate into itself the science of man, just as the science of man will incorporate into itself natural science. There will be one science. On a level plane, simple mounds look like hills, and the insipid flatness of our present bourgeoisie is to be measured by the altitude of its great intellects. The country that is more developed industrially only shows, to the less developed, the image of its own future. The writer may very well serve a movement of history as its mouthpiece, but he cannot of course create it. The English have all the material requisites for the revolution. What they lack is the spirit of generalization and revolutionary ardor. A spectre is haunting Europe, the spectre of communism. Greek philosophy seems to have met with something with which a good tragedy is not supposed to meet, namely, a dull ending. The product of mental labor, science, always stands far below its value, because the labor time necessary to reproduce it has no relation at all to the labor time required for its original production. A commodity appears at first sight an extremely obvious, trivial thing. But its analysis brings out that it is a very strange thing, abounding in metaphysical subtleties and theological niceties.